We're not ones to brag. This isn't a look at me kind of place. But it is a place full of head-turning surprises. Like finding your voice or growing as a leader. UNK is a place where quality education meets hands-on learning, and going the extra mile gets rewarded. It's a place where you can put yourself out there, reach your goals, and set new ones you never thought possible. Be fearless in the face of each challenge. Ask questions. Plan your next move. Study abroad. Join a club. Find your passion. Be yourself, but develop the best version of you. Stretch. Grow. Have the courage to stand out. And know that people here will always have your back. From the classroom, to the lab, to the field, to the stage, and beyond. Let us show you what you're made of. Make a bold move and shock everyone, including yourself. Be blue. Be gold. Be bold. Be a loper. Learn more at unk.edu.
Hello, and welcome to the University of Nebraska at Kearney 2020 Summer Commencement. I'm Todd Gatula, UNK Senior Director of Communications and Marketing. Today's graduation ceremony is unique for many reasons. Due to COVID-19, we were unable to host spring commencement as usual in May. So today's event will feature both spring and summer graduates. We're also hosting the event outside at Cope Stadium. It's the first outdoor ceremony in nearly 30 years. And finally, today's event is special as it's an honor to have NU President Ted Carter here as our guest speaker. We're excited to hear his address to the graduates. The procession will begin shortly, but first, we'd like to highlight some of the positive news and stories of this great institution. At this time, let's hear from our very own Chancellor, Doug Christensen.
Welcome to Commencement 2020, and it's a very special commencement. We've never had one like this, and quite frankly, I hope we never have another one like this, but it is the greatest day in the life of the university, and we're so glad you could join us on this streaming opportunity and join us at Foster Field for the commencement. But when we look at the life of a university, there's no prouder day of graduation, where we can look out and see the proud faces of moms and dads and graduates who've really achieved a tremendous accomplishment. No one can take their degree away from them, and we're glad that you would take part of your day to help us celebrate in granting them this degree. So enjoy the ceremony. We wish you were with us, but boy, are we sure glad you're joining us on the stream. Welcome to UNK.
We'll hear more from Chancellor Christensen a little later. A lot has happened since March when the pandemic spread across the world. Here at UNK, our leaders have been hard at work planning ways to continue providing high-quality education in a safe and welcoming environment. Signage has been going up around campus, official Loper masks are being distributed, and proper distancing will be maintained in classrooms and buildings. One thing is certain, Lopers unite in times of challenge. We're ready to face a new normal at UNK.
Hey, Loper Nation, we got this.
Lopers!
Stay strong out there, Lopers. We love you.
Lopes up! Go Lopers!
Go Lopers! Somos UNK!
As we get ready for the new academic year, I think we've got some basic goals in mind. And first of all, we want to be as normal as possible. We want a residential experience if at all possible, but we want to balance in the health and safety of our students, of our faculty, of our staff, and of our visitors who come. And so there may be some changes. You may see a campus that's going to look a little different. You should expect to see some masks. You should expect that we may not have as big a crowds. But for this year, we're really focused on the students. What can we do to give them that high quality college education in a residential setting, which is our strength, but also balance their safety? None of us know what the virus is going to do. It's folly to guess it, but we need to be flexible. And I think that's what you're going to see UNK try to do this fall, is be as flexible as we can, balancing safety and health versus a high quality education. If we do have to go online, our faculty is ready to do that. They're highly skilled in this, and you'll still get a wonderful education. You just won't get that in-person contact, but we'll make sure that that's still a very high quality product. So give us a little patience, but I think you're going to see us have a very successful year this year at UNK.
The upcoming fall semester will bring us much to look forward to, including the new Discovery Hall, an academic building focused on STEM-related programs. And thankfully, water is now flowing at the newly constructed fountain in the heart of campus. Students will fill the sidewalks once again. We'll have Blue Gold welcome events, homecoming, Loper athletics, and much more. But today is about our graduating class. The class of 2020 will be memorable for many reasons. They've endured much, they've accomplished much, and we can't wait to see what the future has in store for each and every one of them. Let's hear now from a few of our proud graduates.
You know, I didn't, honestly, with COVID, I didn't think that I would really get this moment, and the fact that, you know, in the end I was able to really meant a lot to me, because, you know, it happened very quickly, you know, from shutting down, and then all of a sudden nothing was happening anymore, and I was very heartbroken about that, because this was something I've been looking forward to, you know, since I remember I worked for the bookstore at one point. I was selling flowers freshman year at the graduation. I just seeing that, I'm just like, oh, that'll be me in a couple of years. I was really emotional, and then, you know, you get to it and you didn't think it was going to happen, and now it is, so it's great.
It's kind of like the closing of the book. Honestly, it feels like we have gotten this far. People have dreamed about this day. I'll never forget every single time that we helped as Loper leaders, or even my very first day at Convocation when, Chancellor Christensen goes up there and he tells you, in this room, you're actually going to start your UNK journey and you'll finish your UNK journey. So he didn't lie to us, but he was a little bit off in that regard.
So for the past 4 years, it's been amazing. I've gotten to meet a lot of people, and one of the biggest things that I learned coming to UNK was network equals net worth. So just getting to meet friends who maybe one day you'll see in the future, help you out with something, professors, letters of recommendations, or even friendships with those professors. They definitely have that mentorship, that good advice, and just a lot of possibilities to meet a lot of people from different backgrounds and kind of like grow your perspective on the world, because that's what it kind of is about nowadays. And that's how I've thought of UNK, as just a whole network, a web of people that you've gotten to meet. And hopefully some of these guys that I've met, will marry and bury me, so I'm not gonna not see them for the rest of my life.
UNK compared to anywhere else, it gave me a sense of being home, not just through my freshman year and being here and like welcome week getting brought into the community, but throughout all 4 years here. Each organization has something that brings and pulls you in. I was involved in fraternity. I don't know, that entire community really helped and kept me accountable, and definitely wouldn't be graduating if they were on top of me.
My time at UNK, it's impacted my life in a lot of different ways. I had a lot of leadership roles while I was here. I was able to join a multitude of organizations, and it kind of just helps you diversify yourself and become a better version of yourself. And I think in the long run, it's really served and helped me, because it's taught me how to be a leader, it's taught me how to listen well, and it's taught me how to work well with others, and it's also taught me how to manage a crisis, which is what happened this past semester, and I was an RA, so it's really been beneficial for me.
Not only has it given me all the friends that I talk to this day, but ones that will continue, it's also prepared me and given me a job here in Kearney. I'm currently employed at Youth Rehab and Treatment Center through the DHHS. Through my teachers and what I've learned, I've been able to go and jump into the field and apply what I've been able to use here.
So me being a first generation college student, for me this is a big thing. This is not only a big thing for my family, it's a big thing for anyone else who's ever been in my shoes or similar shoes. So having my parents here tomorrow, which it'll only be my dad and my sisters, but I'm super excited they're gonna be here, and my friends, I consider my friends family. I've always told them that. So I'm super excited just to have them with me to celebrate, because for me this is a big thing, and I know for my parents, I owe it all to them. So I'm super excited.
It's like freshman year, the mountains seem so high, and now just doesn't feel like 4 years of anything passed. And now looking down, it's crazy to see what I accomplished over the time.
I feel like I really found my footing in the world. Best 4 years of my life.
Everyone makes their own decision as to why to come to UNK, but really it's why they choose to stay that kind of molds us all together. At the end of the day, we all went to UNK for our own reason, and we're all leaving UNK for the same reason, trying to get our degree and advance a little bit further in life. So
That about does it for our pre-commencement program. Thank you again for joining us for today's graduation ceremony. It is a day of celebration, a day to reflect on where we've been and look forward to where we're going. My sincere congratulations to the class of 2020. We wish you all the best of luck. The ceremony is about to begin, but for now, let's throw our lopes in honor and celebration of these remarkable graduates. Go Lopers!
Good morning, Lopers. Let's get this bread!
These past 5 years at UNK have been some of the best years of my life.
When I was able to come here, it was like a brand new world for me. It was me, I was on my own. I was trying to just relive my life and find who I was.
In my time at UNK, I have had some truly incredible experiences. Those experiences have really helped shape me into the person that I am today. But I think the thing that I'll remember the most about my UNK experience are the people.
Just all the people that you've met, all the coaches, teammates, and just even everybody in the athletic department, and the relationships that you gained from that.
Whether it was staying up late every night and playing games on the second floor of my dorm, or just getting to know the incredible faculty that we have on this campus.
The professors, if I had a question and they didn't necessarily know the answer, they'd find someone who knew the answer, but they do it with a smile, and that's what made all the difference to me.
I could tell that they were invested in my success, and that I could come to them with whatever it may be, and they were going to be there for me, not only as a student, but as a person.
I have a lot of memories, but the most important thing that UNK has given me are the friendships that will last a lifetime, that otherwise wouldn't have been developed.
The people are what made my UNK experience so special, and those friendships and memories are what I will cherish forever.
I'm glad that I grabbed the opportunity when it was offered. I really enjoyed this. It was ups, it was some downs, but really a lot more ups. So it was definitely a good thing to transfer over here when I did.
Before coming to UNK, I just was going to go to New York and just try and be an actor there. And I've done roles that I never would have pictured myself doing. Had I not come to UNK, I wouldn't have had that opportunity to discover that I can do those kind of roles.
They've also provided me with a lot of opportunities, whether that was leadership opportunities like becoming a student diplomat or studying abroad.
One of the biggest things for me in my UNK experience has been undergraduate research. And while that is a huge thing at UNK, it's not as common as one might think.
From serving in various leadership positions to getting to travel to Japan to present research to getting to serve communities like Houston after Hurricane Harvey with student organizations like Christian Student Fellowship.
I'm extremely thankful for this opportunity to be a part of the Thomas Scholar Learning community, and obviously very thankful for the scholarship itself.
Ending my career at UNK is really a bittersweet feeling, but I'm excited to graduate and see what my future holds.
This is something I've wanted for a long time in my life, and I kind of always knew that in the back of my head that I wanted to be a loper, but actually being here now is something that I'm very proud of, and something I'll probably cherish for the rest of my life.
I'm definitely gonna miss UNK, but once a loper, always a loper.
I'll always be a loper for life.
Go Lopers.
welcome to today's commencement ceremony. Audience, we ask that you wear your masks if you leave your seat for any reason and when you exit the stadium following the ceremony. Also, please observe 6 feet social distancing between family groups. Thank you. The processional will begin shortly.
Rise for the academic processional.
Good morning, and please remain standing. With the Marshal's placing of the University Mace, we officially open the 2020 Summer Commencement exercises at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Our graduates and faculty, administration and staff are pleased to welcome you. This is indeed an historic commencement, the first to be held outdoors for many years, and certainly the first at which pandemic protocol is required. If you wish, you may remove or lower your masks at this time. Graduates are asked to wear them later in the program when they approach and cross the stage to receive their diplomas, and also during the recessional. Guests are asked to wear masks when they leave their seats for any purpose, and also as they exit the stadium following the ceremony. At this time, please direct your attention to the center aisle for the presentation of the colors. Presenting the colors will be the honor guard of the Veterans of Foreign Wars, Post 759 of Kearney. We ask that you remain standing at attention during the colors presentation and posting, the performance of the national anthem, and during the colors guard recovery.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night
You may be seated. Our sincere gratitude to members of the Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 759. The national anthem was performed by Carrie Ann Vale of Mount Vernon, Ohio. Carrie earned her undergraduate degree at Northwest Nazarene College and today is receiving her Master of Arts in Music Education from UNK. Congratulations, Carrie, and thank you for your wonderful performance. I am now pleased to introduce Thank you. I am now pleased to introduce Douglas Christensen, 9th Chancellor of the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Chancellor Christensen.
You don't know how long I've waited to do this. Good morning and welcome. Veterans of Post 759, thank you for your presentation this morning, and more importantly, thank you for your service. Carrie, thank you for your wonderful performance of the national anthem. It's not only our privilege to serve you as you completed your master's program, but we really appreciate you helping us out today. This is the first normal event we've had since, well, it's the first normal event this year in 2020, and it's a wonderful day. You all deserve it, and you all got a wonderful day here. The weather's perfect, but the ability of your family and friends to come out and celebrate with you the most important day, certainly the most important day of the life of the university, but it's perhaps one of the most important days in your lives as well, graduates. It's significant. Everybody has supported you in one way or another, but today is a real celebration. And it seems extra special this year. Everyone has gone to extreme measures to make today happen. And so the planning, the execution, just generally having this an event in a place where we normally don't have it is really special. We had students who were uprooted from the residence halls during the COVID-19 protocol in the spring. Our in-person classes and in-person everything came to a halt. Students and faculty had to adapt quickly and start virtual teaching and learning. May graduates, you had to endure the postponement of your spring commencement, the thing you'd worked for 4 years, 5 years, some of you a little longer. But I'm so happy to see those of you who are participating in today's combined spring and summer ceremony. This is meaningful. This is an event, and it's one you should not take lightly. Our staff was asked to adapt quickly to this changed environment in order to serve you the best they could. They have come through in flying colors. The commencement committee worked and worried overtime, and I'm going to emphasize worried, about every detail of this unconventional commencement ceremony, and to them I express my extreme appreciation. And always in the background, and still is, the disquieting fear of a virus that we probably don't totally understand and know where it's headed. Yet we're here, and on this beautiful day, in this beautiful city and this beautiful stadium, we're here to celebrate. The entire Loper family is here, graduates, students, faculty, staff, administration, family, and friends. We are here all to come together for one thing that we never thought we would have to do, and that is come in a pandemic environment to celebrate in a normal way your great achievements, graduate. I couldn't be more proud of you all. On behalf of the faculty, the staff, and the administration, thank you for choosing the University of Nebraska at Kearney. We are confident that your UNK experience will pay you tremendous dividends. You have been well prepared, and good luck to you always. Congratulations to each one of you. Thank you all for being here today.
Thank you, Chancellor Christensen. At this time, please welcome University of Nebraska Board of Regents Chairman Jim Pillen of Columbus. Regent Pillen.
Thank you and good morning. And on behalf of the Board of Regents, would like to welcome everybody to this historic moment. This is a very, very special ground. Just think of what took place a couple weeks ago. First football game in the whole entire country took place when the Shrine Bowl was played here. I'd give kudos to Chancellor Christensen and his entire team for being bold and courageous to celebrate and not allow this virus to disrupt us or defeat us. So it's a great day, and I can't say enough congratulations to all of you graduates. Congratulations on all the results of all the blood, sweat, and tears that you've put in to get to the point of today. I'd also like to thank Regent Claire from Lincoln and Regent Kearney from Amherst for being here to be able to celebrate with you today. Regent Claire's been a part of the board for 12 years and Regent Kearney 2 years. So thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. I'll be very brief, but I think there'd be two things that I would like to leave you graduates and maybe all of us to think about. And one is a perspective. And I'm going to use my grandmother that maybe will help you remember it a little bit. My grandmother, her name was Gunda. Does anybody know of anyone that had the name Gunda? Gunda. Very relatively unique. Grandma Gunda was a very, very tough lady. She was born January 1st, 1900. She lived for 86 years. My birthday's on New Year's Eve, and so she had a lot of grandchildren, but I think she took a little bit of liking because we could have a 2-day birthday party together when I was with Grandma Gunda. But Grandma Gunda has a perspective that I want to leave with you. So she lived through the 1918 pandemic, her and all of her family. And when she was 29, she was diagnosed with a type of cancer that she had went to the University of Nebraska Omaha Medical Center. She had cobalt therapy, had an open side for 9 months. She was told she would never be able to have children, and that her chances to live were very, very slim. Well, she had more children after she survived her cancer and her cobalt therapy. In fact, she had a set of twins after that, and she lived to be 86 years of age. And in all the time that I spent, and by the way, Grandma Gunda would never allow me to beat her in cards until I could beat her, which wasn't very often, even when I was getting better at it. But in all that time frame, the perspective I'd like to leave, how many times do you think Grandma Gunda talked about the 1918 pandemic? And it was devastating to lots and lots of people and lots of families. Yeah, that's right. The answer is 0. The answer is 0, because the perspective that Grandma Gunda gives us is that this virus is not going to defeat us or change our lives. It's disrupted us a little bit, but it is Grandma Gunda's perspective that her generation moved on. They defeated the virus. They did the right things. They defeated the virus and lived on. So I think it's a really, really important perspective, because sometimes today, whatever we might listen to, if we don't use our own critical thinking, it might be really hard to figure that out. So if it gets clouded for you, think of Grandma Gunda's perspective. It's really, really, really clear. And the other thing I would like to leave you as a gift of attitude. You are leaving the University of Nebraska Kearney with an extraordinary education. Extraordinary education that if we had a track here, I would say that gives you an incredible starting blocks in the game of life. Incredible starting blocks. However, if you have an attitude that I have a degree from the University of Nebraska Kearney and I am set for life, I'm here to tell you you're going to be sadly, sadly mistaken and very, very disappointed. Your degree gives you a great set of starting blocks to start running the game of life, and it's your attitude of how you're going to run the race that's going to give you the fulfillment and the enrichment of life that's ahead of you. Because of your degree, if you have the right attitude, you can run any game, you can run on any field, you can play ball with anybody in the world if you have the right attitude. I hope that you'll remember that. Lastly, I want to make sure that I thank our incredible faculty. Please, students, graduates, please remember that the University of Nebraska Kearney is who and what it is because of our incredible faculty and your commitment as public servants to help us all become who we are. We're all eternally grateful. And congratulations to parents and family and everybody that supported the graduations. Enjoy your day. It's a big one. And lastly, I'd like you to remember, we need you. We don't hope you stay. We need you to stay in Nebraska, live and prosper, raise your families, so we have many more Lopers to come for many, many years. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you, Regent Pillen, for joining us today and for your message. It's always a pleasure to welcome you to campus. We are pleased to also welcome Vice Chairman of the University of Nebraska Board of Regents, Paul Kearney of Amherst, Regent Tim Clare of Lincoln, and UNK Student Body President and Student Regent Max Beal of Kennesaw. Regents, would you please stand and be recognized? I would also like to take a moment to introduce other special guests and members of our senior administration who will not be introduced later in the ceremony. I ask that they stand as I call their names. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Seated in the audience behind our graduates, former State Senator Jim Cuddeback of Riverdale, Galen and Marilyn Hadley of Kearney. Galen is a former Nebraska State Senator and former Speaker of the Legislature. Marilyn Hadley is former Dean of the UNK College of Education and most recently served as the Interim Director of the Museum of Nebraska Art. Seated to my left are Vice Chancellor for Business and Finance, John Watts, Vice Chancellor for Enrollment Management and Marketing, Kelly Bartling, Dean of the Division of Student Affairs, Gilbert Hinga, and Mark Bauer, Director of Intercollegiate Athletics. Also, please join me in welcoming Mr. Phil Hune, retired U.S. Navy Chief Petty Officer and now UNK Student and Kearney County Veteran Service Officer. Mr. Hune served on the USS Enterprise during her final deployment, one of the 5 ships carrying 8 aircraft squadrons within Carrier Strike Group 12, commanded by Vice Admiral, now University of Nebraska President, Ted Carter. Mr. Hune also served on the USS Harry S. Truman. Captain Ted Carter was his executive officer. Mr. Hune, please stand and be recognized. Student gonfaloniers are selected by academic deans and the chancellor on the basis of noteworthy achievement, activity, and scholarship to carry the banners for their individual colleges. I ask that they stand and be recognized as I call their names. Again, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Sierra L. Bixenman of Grand Island, Latin Honors graduates. Elena Nicole Eddy of Burwell, Graduate College. Rachel Nicole Hollenbeck, Olathe, Kansas, College of Arts and Sciences. Kwaki Pak, Tokyo, Japan, College of Business and Technology. And Casey May Clifford of Hayes Center, College of Education. Congratulations to our summer Gonfaloniers. Three of our spring Gonfaloniers are participating in today's ceremony, and we wish to also introduce them. I ask that they stand and be recognized as I call their names. Again, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Allie Karen Prozowski of Kearney, Latin Honors graduates. Anna R. Flom of Omaha, College of Arts and Sciences. And Sierra Madison Ray of Columbus, College of Education. Spring Gonfaloniers Andrew Burfaval of O'Neill and Guy Bassini of Vero Beach, Florida, were unable to be with us today. Congratulations to our spring Gonfaloniers. Chancellor Christensen.
The Ron and Carol Cope Cornerstone of Excellence Award was established in 2003. It is presented to individuals who have provided significant service, support, and promotion of UNK, the greater Kearney area, the state of Nebraska, and the objectives of higher education. Like the Copes, after whom the award is named, the recipient must be a true cornerstone of our university. This is a university-wide award, and all nominations are reviewed and approved by the Board of Regents. It is our highest campus honor. This morning, I'm very pleased to present the award to Mr. Bradley Koenig of Kearney. Brad, come forward. Welcome. Brad Koenig has been active and involved as a member of the Kearney community for many years. Most of those years, his name has been synonymous with EECS office equipment. He is a longtime manager of the EECS store here in Kearney, was instrumental in the company's expansions into North Platte, McCook, and other Nebraska outlets. And following a highly successful 40-plus year career, he retired, but not retired from work. He created Koenig Consulting, a firm that assists companies with audit and personnel issues, and his list of community, civic, and volunteer activities continue to grow. A car guy at heart, his list of service to organizations such as the International Vehicle Appraisers Network, the Nebraska Rod and Custom Club, continues to grow as well today. He is a lifelong Nebraskan. He graduated from UNK, then Kearney State College, in 1971, and ever since has been a committed friend to his alma mater and to the entire university system. His major areas of support include Loper football backers, the Cope Stadium construction. The field turf of which you set today is due in large part to Brad's fundraising efforts and support. He's been part of the College of Business and Technology Dean's Advisory Council, part of the UNK Alumni Association, the Museum of Nebraska Art, and the University of Nebraska Foundation. This morning, it is my distinct honor to recognize Brad Koenig for his important contributions and present him with the 2020 Ron and Carol Cope Cornerstone of Excellence Award. We're going to stand and get a picture right here. Thank you. Brad, thank you for everything you've done. You've demonstrated by example everything that award was created to do. We're glad you could be with us this morning. I know we have a few other cornerstone of award winners out there. Would you please stand so we can recognize you as well? You're sitting in the back here, yeah? Okay, thank you very much. Today's keynote speaker is Ted Carter, president of the University of Nebraska. He began his term as the university's 8th president January 1st of this year, having served most recently as the superintendent of his alma mater, the United States Naval Academy, from 2014 to 2019. He was the longest continuously serving superintendent in Annapolis by special request of the Secretary of the Navy and the Chief Naval Operations. During his tenure as superintendent, which is the Naval Academy's equivalent of a university president, the Academy was ranked the nation's #1 public university by Forbes magazine. Prior to that role, he served as the president of the United States Naval War College. President Carter also brings extensive and impressive military service, and it's really difficult for me to describe all of his service and honors in this brief introduction, but I'm going to give you a sampling. He graduated from the Naval Fighter Weapons School. He was the commander for Carrier Strike Force Group 12, in which he commanded 20 ships, 2 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, and 2 carrier air wings that were deployed to Afghanistan and to the Arabian Gulf. He's a naval flight officer with more than 6,300 flying hours, and he's completed 2,016 carrier-assisted landings. That is an American record. There's so much more. Perhaps the simplest way to sum up his military career is simply 2 words: Top Gun. Yeah. Delivering our commencement address this morning will be our real-life Tom Cruise, only better. He is a Top Gun. On a personal note, I can't imagine having a better person be the leader of the university right now. He wasn't in place very long before the pandemic began, and difficult decisions had to be made quickly and collaboratively and with everybody's best interest and with no good answers and no book to guide him. The early months of his administration, I know the other 2 chancellors and I appreciated and admired his leadership. We were glad that he was on board to help guide us through and is still guiding us through to this moment. Soldier and UNK student Phil Hune, who you just met, fondly remembers and follows the wise words given to him by Admiral Carter during his transition to a chief petty officer. Lead by doing, lead by example, lead by your heart. Indeed, President Carter's entire career has been one of leadership. And to talk a little bit about and show his leadership, today is also his 38th wedding anniversary. I think it's pretty romantic that you'd come to UNK to be part of our commencement today, and I hope that Linda understands that as well. I'd like you to meet President of the University of Nebraska, Ted Carter. Go get him.
Wow. Well, good morning, everyone. I can't think of a better place in the entire world, the entire country, and our great state of Nebraska to be than right here at the Ron and Carol Cope Stadium at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Chancellor Christensen, thank you for the way too generous introduction. Thank you for the job that you're doing here at Kearney. And I want to say thank you, a special thank you to the faculty and staff. This is a proud day for you, an exciting day for you, a day of celebration for you. You've helped teach, educate, and mentor these over 350 students who are going to be getting graduate and undergraduate degrees. So this is your special day. I also want to say thank you to our regents, who I've gotten to know very well in my 7 short months on the job. They do a tremendous amount of work with absolutely no pay. So Regent Pillen, Regent Claire, Regent Kenny, thank you for being here, and thank you for what you do for the state of Nebraska and our university. For the parents, family, and friends, I know you're sitting in the sun. I know it's getting a little bit warm. I'm one of the last things between you and your sons and daughters and loved ones from getting their degree, so I'm respectful that I'm not going to talk for the 2 hours that I had planned. But I also think that this, since we're in this great football stadium and it's a celebration, how about we make a little bit of noise? How about we hear it for these graduates? Let's hear it from the stands. And for our graduates from the spring and the summer class of 2020, this is your day. And you know this better than anyone. You would not be even sitting here were it not for the love and the support of not just the faculty and staff, but many of those that are in the audience. So how about for all of our graduates, you give a round of applause for all those people that came here to support you today. So give it up. Now, there are some people that observe history, some people that read history, and there are some people who make history. And today I would submit to all of us here that we're making history. We're living in a time that nobody's ever seen before. I'm actually getting tired of hearing unprecedented times. I'm sure you are too. With unprecedented times comes unprecedented challenges, but also comes unprecedented opportunities. And that's going to be a little bit of the theme that I'm going to talk about here for just a couple minutes. And before we can even talk about the place that we're in, living through a pandemic that's the world's not seen for over 100 years, the trisection of multiple pandemics, in fact, the racial injustice that we're seeing across our nation, as well as the pandemic of the economic economy that is struggling because of the conjunction of those two. When you put all those together, and they've all come together in literally a number of weeks, you can honestly say that we have never experienced anything like this in the history of our nation. And for us to have any sense of how we'll go forward, maybe in understanding the impact of that, is we have to look back. We have to look into our past and see if there's anything even somewhat similar from which we can learn. Regent Pillen talked about the pandemic of 1917 and 1918, the Spanish influenza. Certainly had great impact across our nation and across the world. We were coming out of World War I. And as we transitioned to the Roaring 20s and then into the Great Depression of the 1930s, an economic fallout where the United States saw well over 25% unemployment. Then on 7 December of 1941, a day that would live in infamy, that would enter us into World War II, maybe that's a period of time where there was so much change, so much disruption that we can look back to. And our President of the United States during that era, during the end of the Great Depression and getting us into World War II, he had to lead us. And some of the things he said then when he addressed the Americans every night by radio, maybe we can find some inspiration in some of those words. Maybe we can find something in the word called hope. FDR once said, "We've always lived in hope, with belief and conviction that there's a better life and a better world beyond the horizon." Hope, belief, and conviction. Maybe those are words that we can use as inspiration. But I'll tell you, just as Chief Petty Officer Hewen and I have known, served on ships and carriers and serving around the world, when it comes to getting things done, words of inspiration are foundational, but that's not how things actually do get done. Hope and belief, those are not courses of action. For the future, and as we look at all of the challenges that we're going to have and how we're going to turn those into opportunity, we're going to have a bias for action. Now this morning, each and every one of you graduates got up, you got dressed, put on these fancy robes. You probably looked at yourself in the mirror. And I hope you thought of this day as a celebration, because that is truly what it is. And I don't want us to lose that. But I hope you also maybe took a moment, and maybe this will happen later after the ceremony, after you get your degree. And maybe you'll ask yourself this question: what will I become? As we look at the challenges and the opportunities that are going to be in the future, I'm here to tell you that it won't be me, it won't be Regent Pillen, it won't be Chancellor Christensen that'll necessarily solve those. The future is going to need leadership. It's going to need courage. It's going to need that conviction word. I'm here to tell you, you're the generation that's going to get us there. And you're going to do well. And you're going to do well because of the education you got here at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. The values that have been instilled in you as young men and women will help you on that path to success. Values such as honesty, integrity, taking care of your neighbor, as you did here just a year ago with the horrific floods that came throughout the entire state, taking care of your neighbors, as you did this spring, taking those who were caught up in COVID-19 and needed places to isolate in some of your dormitories. These are just some of the values that you have. You've also shown values of perseverance and resilience, and yes, courage. And as you go forward, I ask that you think about one more value that you'll need to be successful, and that's humility. You'll never need anybody to tell that story for yourself. Let your actions tell that story. Always use your time, your thought, your problem-solving skills that you got here at the University of Nebraska at Kearney to choose the hard right and not the easy wrong. As we think about the future, and we think back to that time that I talked about with Franklin Delano Roosevelt, we think about the generation of young Americans that went to war for our very survival as a democratic nation and as a democratic world. That generation was labeled the greatest generation. And I would submit to you, given the challenges that we have, given that tri-section of where we are, you, the University of Nebraska at Kearney, spring and summer, graduating class of 2020, you are that next greatest generation. And to do that, you really just have to hold to those foundational inspirational words of hope, belief, conviction. And inside yourself, no matter where you're going next, whether you're going on to another higher education, going into a profession, going into the workforce, going into the military, wherever you're going, if you simply look at yourself and say, I can believe in something bigger than myself, you will become the next great problem solvers and that next greatest generation. So stay true to yourself. Stay true to the blue and gold. Stay true to your hope, your belief, conviction. Keep a weather eye on that horizon and beyond. Go Lopers.
President Carter, on behalf of the entire UNK community, thank you. It is an honor to have you with us this morning. Now we have arrived at that special moment, the conferring of degrees. We will begin with the awarding of the graduate degrees. Candidates will be presented by Dr. Mark Ellis, Dean of Graduate Studies.
Will the candidates for the graduate degrees please rise? Chancellor Christensen, these applicants have completed all the requirements established by the Board of Regents for their respective graduate degrees. Therefore, the graduate faculty recommends that these candidates be granted the graduate degree along with the privileges and responsibilities that accompany the degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Nebraska, and upon the recommendation of the faculty of the University of Nebraska at Kearney, I hereby confer upon each of you the appropriate graduate degree and admit you to all of its rights, honors, privileges, and obligations. Congratulations.
Graduates, you may be seated. Dr. Matthew Bice, Associate Dean of Graduate Studies and Associate Professor of Kinesiology and Sports Sciences, will read the candidates' names. Chancellor Christensen will award the graduate degrees.
The Office of Graduate Studies is pleased to recognize the following students. Alexandra Louise Knapp. Florice Rose Linke. Elizabeth Lopez Rivas. Robin Elizabeth Myers. Andrew Thomas Polinko. Courtney Marie Schent. Nicole Dawn Stewart. Taylor Beth Strong. Matthew James Ulrich. Jesse Lynn Walter. Katie Marie Baker. Jennifer Nicole Kramer. Allison Brooke Schilling. Jessica R. Stokes. Celeste Jane May Branderburg. Caitlin May Cowie. Caitlin Cherie Clark. Clint M. Dennis. Richard J. Evans. Kelsey Nicole Foote. Diego D. Gamero. Abigail Gascon. Kayla Ann Glinsman. Brenda Cherie Hansen. Jalinda Ronee Hollister. Yvette Kinney. Elizabeth A. Yakel. Allison Marie Leinen. Amber Marie Limmer. Joel Lemus Leon. Dr. Susan Calebo Loney. Danielle Meyer. Brandon Nygren. Molly Margaret Parsons. Nicole Renee Ruderbories. Sabrina Louise Ventine. Krista Megan Volsky. Taylor Marie Wusk. Kenneth Paul Bonnell. Sarah Leslie Franks. Madison Idell Anderson. Christine A. Bonk. Angela Lynn Boyce. Erica Lee Brando. Elena Nicole Eddy. Devin D. Burr. Brooke Nicole Busboom. Sydney Lynn DeLozer. Molly Nicole Dibben. Ricky J. Fast. Sergeant Fast is a member of the UNK Police Force with specialization in investigations and education. Sydney C. Ferrara. Paige Olivia Garles. Kelly Holly Grundy. Jordan Danielle Harburg. Jill Kathleen Harpena. Shelby Jane Henderson. Luke P. Harold. Sheila Rosemary Hazing. Bailey A. Irwin. Lindsay Kellums. Heather Elizabeth Coleman. Caitlin Rose Boritza. Sydney A. Mitchell. Ashley Michelle Olivas. Mindy Joe Peck. Megan Marie Hopper. Alexis Michelle Reinert. Christopher Michael Sander. Jacob William Sandman. Joshua John Schreiner. Sarah Schroeder. Denise K. Smith. Carrie Renee Schneider. Angelica Rose Spreen. Diana Evelyn Steinbrink. Margaret Rose Truffer. Megan Vonasek. Sarah Wexelman. Taylor Sue Williams. H. Michelle Zahn. Zachary James Waller. Mackenzie Cole Eubank. Yuki Hayasaki. Bailey Stapleman. Kristen Marie Bell. Michael Ryan Kremers. Brianna L. Miller. Dylan Michael Pleehall. Mandy Michelle Sand. Kelsey McKenna Slope.
Chancellor Christensen, these are the recipients of our graduate degrees. Will you all join me in extending our congratulations?
Congratulations, graduates. Dr. Charles Bisek, Senior Vice Chancellor for Academic and Student Affairs, will now present the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees.
Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees please rise? Chancellor Christensen, I am happy to present to you the graduates for the baccalaureate degrees in their specialized areas. They have completed all the requirements for the degrees as prescribed by the University of Nebraska at Kearney and the Board of Regents. It is the recommendation of the faculty that they be granted their degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Nebraska, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby confer upon each of you the baccalaureate degree and admit you to the fellowship of educated women and men with all of its rights, honors, privileges, and obligations. Congratulations.
Graduates, you may be seated. Reading the candidates' names will be Associate Dean and Professor of Biology, Paul Twigg, College of Arts and Sciences. Associate Dean and Associate Professor of Accounting and Finance, Bree Doherty, College of Business and Technology. And Associate Dean and Assistant Professor of Teacher Education, Chandra Diaz, College of Education. Awarding the undergraduate degrees will be Chancellor Christensen. Providing congratulations and introductions will be Associate Dean Paul Twigg on behalf of Ryan Teeton, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Tim Jarris, Dean of the College of Business and Technology, and Mark Reed, Dean of the College of Education. Undergraduate degrees will be presented first to candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences.
I could extend a welcome on behalf of Dean Teeton, who couldn't be here today because of pandemic protocols. I don't think, if I were he, I don't think I would be able to express how welcome it is to see students for the first time in so long. You're the reason why we're here. No one has done what you're doing now. We love you. And go Lopers. With that, it is my privilege to present the candidates for the undergraduate degrees for the College of Arts and Sciences. And as President Carter said, if they're yours, and even if they're not yours, let's hear it for them. Chaley Yamilet Ariola. Tejashvini Balaji. Jasmine L. Barringer. Braden Tony Palmer Cannell. Joshua Lee Fitch. Oscar Eduardo Galindo. Veronica M. Green. Matthew John Dietrich Ideas. Adam Michael Nibalski. Anna R. Blum. Olivia Lee Rash. Kaylee Jane Reams. Trey Loudon Sterner. Rachel Nicole Hollenbeck. Mary Joyce Storm. Kayla Jane Wentz. Brooke Marie Boroff. Taylor Christine Lentz. Alan Wade Osborne. Francisco Quintero. Megan Gwen Steinhauer. Jacob Douglas Zimbelman. Sierra L. Bixenman. Bethany Sue Aiden. Bobby Joe Barnes. Megan K. Biddlecombe. Caleb Craig Capellan. Guadalupe Stephanie Chavez Garcia. Jack Thomas Clark. Sarah Jane Chuda. Margaret Grace Durr. Trevor James Donahue. Alex Gregory Eller. Justin Thomas Engberg. Tragan Jeffrey Goen. Lydia Lorraine Fritchie. Alex John Jawecki. Mia Rose Grant. Kelsey Ray Geschwind. Amber Yvonne Hallberg. Allison Louise Hart. Mackenzie Rosalind Ironshell. Austin M. Jacobson. Chanel L. Johnson. Walker Allen Johnson. Ian Donald Kaler. Elena Ray Kellen. Nicole Jamie Kent. Jamie Francis Kerwin. Cheyenne Naomi Kiesel. Taylor Elise Kaiser. Montana Rose Conan. Kenna Marie Crowker. Dina Donato Lotto Andrea. Now there's some lopers. Erica Ann Little. Amanda J. Mackey. Karina Martinez. Emily Elizabeth Medley. Megan A. Merkel. Sadie Marie Miller. Natalia Najera. Richard John Norris. Alyssa Lynn Olbrecht. Jose Angel Ortega Rodas. Lauren M. Panko. Madison Partial. Riley Lynn Hogg. Riley's diploma is presented by her mother, Nanette Hogg, UNK Professor of Communications. Carlos Perez. Haley Ann Pierce. Jesus Ronaldo Ramirez. Madison Jamie Reber. Nicholas Ray Ramey. Karen Margaret Schmeitz. Tanya Marie Schneider. Caitlin Elizabeth Schultes. Kyle Christopher Schultz. Jacqueline Elizabeth Segura. Megan Jean Simmons. Cassidy Marie Slacker. Corbin James Snow. Drew Botter Steinhauer. Jasmine Makita Thompson. Morgan Nicole Thorson. Kirsten Paige Unick. Michelle Lynn Vandewall. What's your middle name? Brooklyn Katie Ventischer. Dakota Waddell. Marcus John Wagner. Laura L. Wardeen. Teresa J. Wiles. Marissa Lynn Wergler. Brianna Lorraine Dobish. Joshua David Garcia. Anna Catherine Porter. Sierra Ray Clark. Ashley Laurie. Cheyenne L. Leffler. Talia R. Ziegler. Jared Kenneth Sherman. Zachary Austin Albrecht. David L. Goodwin, Jr. Miranda Lee Harpham. Rakid Rashid Hill. Alyssa J. Reinhardt. Maria Adiali Velasquez. And Christina Rebecca Williams.
Morning, my name's Tim Jarris. I'm Dean of the College of Business and Technology. Graduates, today is your day to shine in the sun and, bask in the glory a little bit, but tomorrow is your day to start to get it done. Congratulations from the faculty and staff of the College of Business and Technology. Our reader today is Dr. Bree Doherty, Associate Dean.
The College of Business and Technology is proud to announce the following graduates. Emily Ann Edelman. Nicholas Hunter Aarons. Presley Kendall Allen. Benjamin Oftenbrink. Nicholas E. Babcock. Kaylee Ann Becker. Annie Frances Beckman. Jenna Lee Beller. Terry Lynn Buck. Zachary M. Canfield. Kawanki Pack. Casey May Clifford. Tani L. Cook. Elizabeth M. Zarnick. Valeria Lisette Denman. Jenna Marie Denny. Samantha Jean Dennison. Jamie Josephine Drews. Kendra Gonzalez. Kaylin Emily Hagmeyer. Erin Marie Hallman. Alexander Grant Harbles. Abraham Olivares. Rusty Duane Hermsmeyer. Emily Hill. Ayaka Iwamoto. Hunter James King. Kaylee Marie Colbo. Courtney R. Leitner. Wilfred Martinez. Taryn Marie Mason. Megan Alyssa McAlevey. Emily Leanne Meintz. Tyler Thomas Mestel. Nellie E. Morales Garcia. Jessica Ann Moss. Laura Mosqueda. Juan Navarrete Figueroa. Caitlin Ann Oberling. Chloe Nicole Pearson. Lauren Aurora Ramirez Wenberg. Logan Juanita Ramirez Wenberg. Sydney Grace Rash. Taylor Marie Rhodes. Jacqueline Raquel Solis. Sarah Ray Shopke. Caitlin Nicole Shutt. Samuel C. Schwartz. Courtney Joe Smith. Alec Marcus Sovereign. Daniel Brett Strecker. Udai Takahashi. Eduardo Tecla. Faith Victoria Tracy. Jesus Gustava Valencia Godoy. Jacob Lee Waller. Joseph L. Wilson V. Monica Ann Winkleman. Dallas Ray Yates.
Good morning. My name is Mark Reed, and I am the Dean of the College of Education. I have been in this position since July 1st, so I am new to the job, but I have already learned how important the Loper legacy is. Those of you who are receiving degrees today from UNK already know, and some of you have already experienced, how these degrees are going to open doors for you. Congratulations on becoming part of that Loper legacy. I also want to bring greetings and congratulations from the faculty and staff of the College of Education who have loved and cared for you and made you, in a small part, actually in a very large part, the people you are today. Congratulations. It is my honor to introduce the Reader for the College of Education, Associate Dean Chandra Diaz.
Jennifer
Acevedo Barrios. Sarah Julene Earhart. Caitlin Marie Becker. Brendan Riley Blackburn. Thank you. Jacqueline Alexis K. Brown. Carrie A. Brigham. Brian Calvillo. Johanna Marie Gilbertson. Isabel de Leon Francisco. Hallie K. Grimes. Michaela N. Hoffman. Kelsey Cherie Jasnock. Brooke Catherine Kumke. Amber Elaine Neben. Noelle Elizabeth Newberg, summa cum laude. Jennifer M. Novichok, summa cum laude. Jeremy R. Otto. Erica Renee Paul. Mallory F. Peterson, cum laude. Emily Reppert. Jaden Michelle Rader. Alejandra Romero Perez. Viridiana Salcido. McKenna Ray Shook. Kristen Evelia Wilkins. Ashley Nicole Wolf. Krista Brianne Yenny. Arlis Alvarez. Jessica Marie Braun. Cameron M. Berkey. Quentin Michael Cravens. Cassidy Jordan Deercup. Michaela Janine Fry. Evelyn Belle Gascon. Rachel Marie Gibbs. Abel Francisco Juan Cumalaude. Alexis May Canoost. Kevin Duane Line. Nicholas Cruz Madrid. Cassidy R. McIntyre. Alexis Ann Milburn, summa cum laude. Kokoro Mise. Mallory K. Morell. Ashley Page Nordhughes, magna cum laude. Andrew J. Dubowski and Salvatore V. Silvio. Scarlett Samantha Kalea o Aloha Prorock. Elizabeth Ann Radney. Alexis M. Ray. Sierra Madison Ray. Jacob Niles Samuelson. Miranda N. Sargent. Hannah Claire Seelock, summa cum laude. Sean J. Smith. Jacob D. Van Laneham. Brittany Marie Bamaka. Taylor Jacob Wilson, summa cum laude. Mitchell Allen Carlson, summa cum laude. Madison Ray Clausen, magna cum laude. Shawnee Edwards, magna cum laude. Mackenzie G. Hamilton, cum laude. Michaela Jo Hansen, summa cum laude. Emily Eve Haas, summa cum laude. Rachel Nicole Kathman, magna cum laude. Emily Renee Marr. Mackenzie R. Meyer. Sarah Noel Peterson. Logan Margaret Prater. Allie Karen Prosaski, magna cum laude. Autumn Dawn Rhodes, magna cum laude. Claire Marie Van Ness, summa cum laude.
Chancellor Christensen, these are the baccalaureate graduates. Will all of you please join me in extending our congratulations to them?
Thank you, Dr. Bisek. Congratulations to our bachelor's degree recipients. Chancellor Christensen.
At this time, I ask everyone in the audience or who is on stage who is a UNK or a Kearney State College, or if there's a few of you normal graduates left out there, would you please stand and help me with today's turning of the tassel ceremony? Yeah, it's okay. You can stand. Thanks. Spring and summer graduates, would you stand? The turning of the tassel after graduates have received their diplomas is a time-honored tradition symbolizing the transition from candidate to graduate. It is a well-earned privilege. Graduates, now is the time to turn your tassels. Congratulations to the spring and summer graduates. You can be seated, thank you. Welcome to the Alumni Association. We're thrilled to have you. President Carter, thank you for your compelling presentation today. What a thrill it is. This is his first opportunity to wear his official academic regalia at a university event, and he came to his favorite campus first. So I really think that's a great deal. Regent Pillen, we appreciate you being here, as well as Regent Kenny, Regent Clare, and Regent Beal. Thank you for attending our celebration. You all rarely miss, and we really appreciate that. Thank you so much. We want to recognize our tremendous faculty, well, the members of the faculty and our emeriti faculty. Please stand and receive our appreciation. Thank you so much. Today has been a great day, and it's due in large part to the Commencement Planning Committee, our facilities staff, the UNK Police, and everyone who helped make today's ceremony such a success, from deciding to be outside, to fighting to be able to have this ceremony, to setting up chairs, the stage, the ideas, the combining of the two classes. I'm very, very proud of the entire campus for their response to this pandemic. Difficult times bring out the best in people, and we've seen that here at UNK. Congratulations to all of you who've met the challenges we faced. Graduates and your guests, thank you for choosing UNK. We genuinely appreciate it. You are well equipped. You know, education, today's an event, but education is not an event, it's a process. And so as you continue to learn and use your degree starting this afternoon, you can celebrate today. Starting tomorrow, use your degree. Inspire people. Use it to help people, not just to help yourself. We are so proud to have you be here. You are part of what makes us a great institution. Your success is our success. And it's the faculty's success as well. They take great pride in sending you out well prepared. I hope that you'll always come back. I hope that you'll be loyal, and whenever you get the opportunity to give back to UNK, I hope you choose to do that. I hope you remember today. And all the people who went above and beyond the call to make sure that you had a day where we just didn't send you your diploma in the mail. We actually got to celebrate with you, and we take that with great pride. And it's been our privilege to serve you. My many thanks and congratulations again.
Thank you, Chancellor. And again, thank you to all of you for being with us this morning to celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates. I want to remind everyone to put on your masks and to observe social distancing as you exit. Audience, please remain seated until the graduate recessional has been completed. Stage party, would you please stand? University Marshal and student Gonfaloniers, please prepare for the recessional. The stage party, led by Chancellor Christensen, will exit first. Head Marshal Wozniak will then lead the Gonfaloniers, the faculty, and the graduates. Mr. Greenberg, you may begin the recessional.